Greetings and salutations, horror movie fans. My name is Gilbert Ubar, and welcome back to the Addict Review. On today's episode of Tar, we are going back to the 1980s because that's where all the good shit happens, baby. And Ty West is going to be our tour guide as we're going through a time in America where apparently 70% of Americans believed in the existence of abusive satanic cults. Yeah, I said that correctly. So yeah, apparently these cults are just running amok all throughout America. And what do cults normally like to do? They like to find victims. Normally they prefer their victims to be innocent, unsuspecting, young, and you know what fits that criteria? A college student. So enter Sam, our beautiful college student who, yeah, is broke, is desperate, and stumbles across the opportunity of a lifetime. Maybe too good to be true. And it probably is too good to be true, and we need to see if Sam stays alive in the house of the devil. Let's check out that cool poster. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest, that's gotta be one of my favorite posters of all time. And that poster, it's not just hype, okay, the whole movie lives up to that shit, and it's so much fun to watch as we watch Ty West take us around 1983. And the beautiful thing about this movie is that it doesn't feel like it was shot in 2008 or 2009. It feels like it was shot in the 1980s. So please join me as we talk about this beautiful tribute and homage to 1980s style horror in the House of the Devil. In traditional Addict Review fashion, I'm going to break down the film into the 3 acts as I saw them play out, the dislikes and what I very much liked about each act, how I felt about the movie overall, and without further ado, let's get into Ty West, the House of the Devil. We open up the film to the true definition of a classical beauty in Sam, played by Jocelyn Donahue, and she is, like I said earlier, a broke college student, but luck is on her side as she finds an apartment in her budget, and yeah, she is happy.
You just give me the first month's down, we'll call it a day, all right?
Really? That would be incredible.
Well,
But yes, luck was on her side in finding the apartment, but her day and night is about to get really, really shitty. As soon as she gets the good news about her new apartment, we are treated to, oh my god, I'm just gonna stop here. I'm gonna fawn over this goddamn opening because Ty West, Jesus Christ, way to take us back to 1983 with the grainy footage and just the colors and the authentic feel of the 80s. Holy shit, enjoy the opening. And as I'm just falling in love with the synthesizer-led musical score, the amazing grainy footage as we're watching Sam walk around campus, I'm enjoying all of this, and then hold up. I just saw AJ Bowen's name. AJ fucking Bowen? We'll talk about that more later. Sam is strolling around campus and in her dorm, and I swear everywhere she walks looks like the goddamn back rooms. Like, I hate that color. But it's doing the job as far as keeping my interest in watching Sam go around the campus. We learn that she's got a shitty roommate, which explains her moving situation, and she is desperate. She needs some money. Walking around campus, she sees a sign for babysitting. Of course she did. And babysitting on a lunar eclipse? Of course it is! Alrighty, so babysitting job on a lunar eclipse, that sounds wacky as shit, but whatever. Sam needs money, takes the number, gives the person a call, person doesn't answer, gives her a call back, sets up a time and place to meet up. Sammy girl gets there, and the motherfucker doesn't show up. She's bummed out, her best friend is consoling her, they're having pizza. Best friend's like, yo, we should snatch up all those signs, jokingly, so that way nobody else can call for the babysitting job, and hopefully Sam will get the job. I think you know where I'm going with this. Despite some bumps in the road, Sam eventually gets the call back. She's got the gig. Yay! Best friend Megan's like, I'll take you out there, and on the car ride over there, they really are discussing like, this is some weird shit. Should we be doing this? But again, Sam really needs that money, and we really need to see a movie in which a babysitter gets chased around. And while on the road some more, yes, it kind of comes out that Megan is the reason why Sam got the job. And Sam's a little peeved because Megan did dishonestly steal all that, but she did it out of love. And Megan seems like such a real one, which makes me fucking sad because if you're best friends with a potential final girl in a movie, it's not good news for you, baby. And we're passing by a nice little cemetery under the weird fucking moon night, and surprisingly, we are gonna end Act 1 already. But before we get into my Act 1 dislikes and likes, do me a huge favor, click like and subscribe and show the Addict Review some love. Alright, let's get into Act 1. Okay, Act 1 dislike. I feel blasphemous for saying this, but Ty West, I love you, man. But this one, I know it's a slow burn, but even for me, a patient guy when it comes to movies like this, I was getting a little antsy. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciated the atmosphere and mood buildup. I truly did, but people that aren't me and aren't as patient will probably want to turn it off, perhaps? Again, I feel awful saying it because I am one that appreciates the slow burn. I love the atmosphere being built up and wrapping me up, getting me ready for what's to come in Act 2. However, I know I was starting to get a little antsy. But enough with all that negative talk about Act 1. Act 1 likes, oh my goodness, Jeff Grace, thank you so much for that beautiful musical score, and Ty West, you genius. I don't know how you created such an authentic feel, but I'm digging it. Oh, yeah. So the authenticity of the film, the little details like Sam's Walkman, I appreciated watching that. One of the funniest parts for me was when she was walking into her dorm. She's walking to her room and there's a sock on the handle. That's an old school way of saying they're fornicating in there. Seriously so in love with the authenticity and the attention to details, but one of my biggest things that even though the movie started off kind of slow was the genuine and organic feel of the characters. Even Megan, oh my goodness, she just captures my heart because her little quirks, like when she's eating her pizza and she's slurping her thumbs like from the pizza grease. I hate that shit, but it's so adorable because she's doing it in such a nonchalant way and having a fun time with her friend that, damn, it's great to see this natural chemistry between the two, which makes it sadder to watch Act 2. On that note, let's get to Act 2. Act 2 opens up as the ladies pass by a creepy fucking cemetery and we approach a mansion worthy of the fucking Addams family. Take a look at this shit. Woo! Morticia and Gomez would be proud of that shit. And the girls approach the mansion, god damn those doors, and they give a polite knock and they are shocked by what opens the door.
Oh my god!
Okay, maybe not that extreme, but still pretty frightening to see this tall son of a bitch looking at you right here. Yes, huge dude that just reeks of old money and a waft of creepiness to go with it. And I forgot how rude of me. This is Vincent Ullman, head of the Ullman family, and he is not too happy that Sam kind of brought along a bodyguard and Megan and kind of lets her know that, hey man, I'm only paying for your time, not her, so she can kick rocks out of here. For real, he is really uneasy about Megan being around, and things get creepier when all of a sudden he tells Sam that the babysitting job is not for a child. They don't have a child. It's for their mother. And like, just the urgency that he is presenting is, these are red flags everywhere, but it doesn't matter because the only color that Sam is worried about is that green. And Megan, being the great friend that she is pissed that her best friend is making such a stupid decision. If it's too good to be true, it is, and we should get the fuck out of here. This family's weird, you're babysitting their mom, there's a lunar eclipse, we're out in the middle of nowhere. But she supports her friend, says, yeah, I'll come back to pick you up, and she takes off. But hey, Sam, thanks for staying because now we get our horror movie and Act 2 starts to ramp it up. Megan takes off, and remember that creepy cemetery I was talking about earlier? Well, Megan decides to stop over there for a quick cigarette, and out pops a stranger.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, you scared the crap out of me.
Take it easy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
So as we're trying to figure out why Megan stupidly stopped by the cemetery, she is wondering, what are you doing here, stranger? And he's asking her, you know, like, hey, are you the babysitter? And she tells him the truth that she's not the babysitter, and...
Are you not the babysitter?
And let's just say that strange man makes sure that Megan can't go help Sam anymore. And that's
And that's all I have to say about that.
Back at that spooky ass mansion, Sam gets the pleasure, or mispleasure, of meeting Mrs. Ullman, and she's just as fucking creepy. And those two skedaddle off for the evening, leaving Sam and really pushing for Sam to order pizza because college kids love pizza, right? After a very peculiar and kind of strange pizza order, she decides to give herself a little self-tour of the mansion, and I've got to say this is one of the more enjoyable moments. I mean, the whole movie's enjoyable, but something about this 80s dance montage of her exploring the mansion it's cool. And as she's shaking that ass all over the mansion, she accidentally booty bumps a vase and knocks over, crashes. She's got to clean it up, but she finds some evidence that suggests more so that she shouldn't be there, but of course she's going to ignore it. And then maybe it's the hunger pains perhaps, but she's starting to hear shit. Is it Miss Ullman?
Is it dead bodies? Is it dead bodies? Is it dead bodies?
So as Sam is tiptoeing up the stairs to investigate a strange noise or something, she's about to open the door, and spoiler alert, we see why she should leave that fucking house. It's spooky, it's scary. But then the pizza shows up and we end Act 2. But before we get into my Act 2 likes and dislikes, do me a huge favor, click like and subscribe. Help me to make this my full-time job. I would really appreciate it. Let's get into my Act 2 likes and dislikes. Okay, so my Act 2 dislike, spoiler alert here. So I think it kind of goes without being said that Megan is not going to be around for the rest of the movie. And that makes me sad just because she was great. That's just my only peep. I just wish she was around longer in the film. Another Act 2 dislike, not really on my end, but again, patience, people. It's gonna run a little thin, it is, you know, because sometimes a lot of the scenes seem a little too drawn out, but it goes into adding for the atmosphere. I know, I'm with you, I'm just like, get to the goddamn point, but it pays off. Act 2 like, alright, if you didn't already know, Ty West is a hero of mine, and his editing and his filming style are just, bar none, it's superb to watch. It's just, watch the master go to work. My deepest apologies here because there's going to be a lot of spoilers right here. I don't like to do this, but I have to talk about how amazing the cemetery scene is. Okay, remember earlier I exclaimed AJ Bowen? Yes, AJ Bowen is one of my favorite fucking actors in this genre. His work is just incredible in every role that he's in, including Satanic Panic, You're Next. Just the guy is a genius, and his just whole essence in this movie is fucking creepy. He nails it. God bless you, AJ Bowen. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, your patience is about to pay off with the violent conclusion of Act 3. Act 3 begins with Sam scurrying downstairs to get her pizza, and that pizza delivery guy should look a little familiar to us. Yeah, it's that motherfucker from the cemetery. Now things are really starting to catch up with Sam. All those red flags that she fucking ignored are starting to collapse on her. She hasn't heard from her best friend Megan. This pizza is not tasting right. That moon is looking really lunar eclipsey right now, and shit's about to go sour as the lights go off, and whew.
Talk to me, Lord. Talk to me.
And Silence of the Lambs style, the lights go out, cue the creepy music, door opens up, and Sam wants to start running, but that pizza is starting to kick her ass, and she is not going to win this fight with consciousness. From being unconscious, Sam is violently pulled out of dreamland and into the nightmare of every 1983 American fearing cults. Yeah, folks, this shit ain't pretty. But whoa, 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 before we get to the spooky conclusion, all my epileptic friends out there, be very careful. There's a lot of strobing lights, so please be careful. Yes, if you can fight off the strobing lights, this finale is super creepy, and we get to see if Sam can escape these weirdos.
Weirdos! Weirdos!
And that's all I'm gonna say about Act 3 because I really want you to enjoy this exciting and very, very scary and unsettling finish to The House of the Devil. However, before we get into my Act 3 likes and dislikes, do me a huge favor and click like and subscribe. Help a brother out, please. Alright, let's get into it. Act 3 dislike? Let me check my notes here, bro. None. After all that sputtering and sputtering, it finally paid off. Our patience was rewarded, so no Act 3 dislike here. None. Act 3 like? Oh my goodness, what a kick in the groin finale that was. I mean, the air is just sucked out of our lungs. Our hearts are dropped for that last 15 minutes as we really watched Sam desperately fight for her life. And yo, man, I swear Sam's got some Sidney Prescott blood in her because that girl is a fighter. And of course, the cherry on top of this beautiful film is the ending that will leave your jaw dropped and just, wow. So those are my Act 3 likes and dislikes. Overall, how did I feel about the film? Such a beautiful throwback to how films felt in the 80s. I appreciated Ty West's effort with his editing, whatever lenses he used to create that authentic 80s feel. His characters, again, fantastic, nice and natural. Jocelyn Donahue as Sam, great final girl. AJ Bowen, not a huge role in the film, but I get excited every time I see him. The rest of the cast serve their purpose to give me the fucking creeps, and the whole story was just a pleasure to watch. So yes, if you're looking for a quiet movie to scare the piss out of you, mwah, The House of the Devil has the Attic Reviews stamp of approval. If you haven't watched this movie, oh my goodness, you're in for a treat. If you have watched it, watch it again. So that concludes today's episode of the Attic Review. Thank you so much for sticking around and talking horror movies with me. I truly appreciate it. I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Please tell some friends, and again, take care of yourselves. My name is Gilbert Ubar. Thank you so much for watching the Attic Review. Smile, Tiger.